gentlemen.
Hot.
Holy God, here we go.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Live on the internet.
Live on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. Robin Sharp is in the chat. Robin, we're excited to have you on the show again this year.
We are.
That's what's about to happen. There's us right there in our preview. Look at that shit.
We can't look at the preview though because it's slightly delayed, so it's really going to mess with us.
It's really, it's really.
You ever like listen to yourself and like on the phone and you can hear yourself in like the echo chamber?
Yeah.
And then you slow down to try to like match yourself. We're going to start doing that with our like physical movements.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
No, that'd be bad.
So I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop this because it's sucking valuable bandwidth away.
It is.
From what we got going on. Hey everybody.
Hello.
This is our very first live streamed podcast that we have going on. This is actually Alex's first time in Studio 5.
Yeah, Studio V.
Studio 5.
I'm in the power spot.
The power. What is that? How are you calling that a power spot?
Because I got all the rays shooting out from me.
You got. Oh yeah. Okay. I suppose you have all the the shabams, shabams and the schmazzles coming out from on you. A couple of things I have to get set up in terms of being able to monitor the stream's activity. So, Alex, what are we going to be doing
today?
Today on this stream.
Today we're going to go over all the girls. We just watched their Get to Know a Queen video, and we're going to talk about kind of our initial impressions. We're going to probably take a look at some Instagram feeds, which does mean for the first time ever, we are going to get into a little bit of before Drag Race.
A little bit of BDR.
A little bit of BDR. So it's not something we usually play with, but, you know, I think in previous seasons, there's been so much talk of the BDR that we can't go on pretending to ignore the BDR.
Well,
we should talk
about this. We should talk about this on the show.
What?
We haven't started rolling the show officially yet, have we? Have you started recording?
No, I should. Okay, hold on.
No,
we should do that. You don't want to do that yet?
No, we don't. We're still talking. We haven't started the show officially yet. Now, this is just between us and the friends out there.
Yes, that's right. On the interwebs.
The internet friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to be recording our podcast live to a separate device.
Which is why we have these gigantic microphones in front of us.
That's right.
I'm going to be just sitting here like this the whole time.
Yeah. Hey, say hello if you can see us. Robin Sharp, say something.
Yeah, Robin or Zach. I don't know. I don't even know who's there. I don't have, unlike my Twitch account, I don't have a user list, so I can't really, say what's up. But we're going to be watching the chat as this entire event is going on. And, we're probably not going to talk to the chat
super a lot. Well, it's like, I'm like typing with one hand and you can see my whole brain starting to focus on another thing.
We don't type to the chat. The chat says questions.
And then we talk to it.
Yeah, that's how it works.
That's magic.
Yeah, so
just like a cam girl.
We're all that's what I am.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yes, I'm a cam girl. Thank you. Come on. So so as the whole thing is going on, you can ask us questions in the live chat. We'll get to them if they're pertinent to where we're at in the discussion, but the live stream is an augment on top of everything.
Augmentation.
The podcast audio only is still kind of our thing.
Yeah.
Another thing that you guys are going to get to experience, and now Robin, since you've actually recorded the podcast with us, you get to see the warts and all nonsense that goes on when we record a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, all the shit that we generally cut out.
All the shit we generally cut out whenever we make various gaffes. Yeah. We cut those things out and stuff like that. But
it's not like the early days. In the early days, we would sit and we would cut out all the ums
and ums.
And we would spend
hours doing that.
It was crazy.
I did that for hours. Yeah. Alex never got into doing that.
I did that a little bit.
You cut on the other show, though.
Yeah, I did. That's true. The other show was more difficult because there's more people yammering.
Yeah, but you didn't and ah as much as you do.
Yeah, because I'm a thoughtful person.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you guys get to see the warts and all experience of what it's like to be involved in a Sissy That Talk podcast recording, and it's going to live there forever. So you can watch this video as an archive, and then go and see what we cut out, because I always make myself look better in the edit. That's what I've learned from doing.
Horrible.
4 series.
I always just try to make everyone look as good as they possibly can.
That's
I don't
bullshit.
have that kind of me mentality.
There's another thing that happens every single time I record one of these podcasts. I'm deathly ill. And this time, as you can hear that old man cough, Yeah, I'm a little under the weather. So I'm going to try to keep that under wraps. I got a nice cup of water right here.
Cup of water. Hey, before we go, I'm just gonna like message out there to the humans just to see if someone can give us some feedback to make sure that
yeah,
you know
how that's going.
Because we're in a little bit of a
bubble.
A bubble here. Yeah,
we are in a bit of a bubble, and for some reason, we're watching ourselves again. No, I stopped that. I hate having to fake.
Talk to us, Robin, if you're...
Yeah, Robin, if you're out there, talk to us. I know what we're doing right now is not exactly the most...
exciting thing?
Yeah.
I gotta remember which hand you can see.
Yeah, let's see. I'm clicking the link again. Hey, Francesca for Danny.
Sweet.
How's it going? If I say your name again, I'm going to fucking butcher it. And I apologize.
Francesca.
I apologize
Fordiani.
Fordiani.
Yeah, you just gotta say it proper, and then they say.
Oh, it's you gotta put.
Try to say it with a Canadian accent. Fordiani.
Francesca, I'm glad you're here. We're about to start the show. Right?
Good. Now we feel good. You've made us feel good. Thank you, Francesca.
Getting my cough out.
Yeah. So we're gonna start actually recording our podcast that will be released on Tuesday the 21st. So everyone out there knows we're releasing every Tuesday after the Drag Race airs, and this week, of course, is going to be just a pre-show, which we're about to do right now.
Yeah, so this is our pre-season Super Show, and we'll explain what that's all about when we get into the actual body of the podcast, which we are about to, because we've been about 12 minutes now. Everything's looking pretty good. We got a couple viewers here.
Yeah,
that's what's going on. So chat, we do have chat up. If we see us looking up, we're looking at the chat. So Francesca, if you have anything you want to mention to us as we're going on, we're going to be interacting throughout the episode. Yeah, that's what we got.
All right,
that's what's happening.
All right, shall we start the record?
Yeah, let's officially start the recording.
All right. And we are rolling. This is Sissy That Talk,
Series
4, Season 9 of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Episode 0.
Yes.
Because once upon a time, we named this episode 1, and it confused us.
For the rest of the series. Yeah, that's true.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
This is the other thing that you guys get to see with the podcast.
Because we're going to cut all this shit out.
Oh, yeah, this stuff goes away in the audio-only version. Yeah. So what's happening now is I'm going to fuck up the intro as we go in.
Oh, yes. Well, because now that we're rolling, we're going to have to cut out so much.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll be editing this thing, so. Ready?
Ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very brand new series of Sissy That Talk with Velvet Valhalla covering Season 9 of RuPaul's Drag Race, almost Season 10.
Almost, but not quite Season 10. That is accurate.
That's right.
Yes.
I'm Velvet Valhalla, back again for a 4th series with always with my co-host, true friend, the Ginger Giant, Alex Woodside.
Yeah, I am a Ginger Giant. Now they can see, because right now, if you did not watch the other night, we are live streaming this to the internet.
Yes.
If you're listening to the podcast, it's not being live streamed because you're listening to it days after we live streamed.
Yeah, you are. So, if you actually want to see what the live stream was like, the live stream's archived on my YouTube page. And you can go to velvetvalhalla.com. You can check out what's going on down there at velvetvalhalla.com. And you can see this live stream and other live streams that we might do throughout the season. Because you know what? This is sort of painless.
Well, I wouldn't quite say painless. There was some cursing going on about 15 minutes ago.
Yes, because I'm not used to the YouTube platform. I'm used to being a Twitch streamer. I've started doing Twitch streams.
Yes.
Twitch is easy. I turn my shit on. I start playing games. I go. That's the way it is. YouTube, a couple more hoops, and I don't think I jumped through the hoops quite properly, but it's my first time on YouTube.
Yeah.
So
we'll figure it out. We'll figure
it out. But we are live on YouTube, and you can watch that YouTube stuff. But we're also doing the podcast.
We will say this for sure. The finale this year, we will be live streaming.
Yeah, we're gonna have a video live stream for the finale. Yeah, we're gonna have that, and I do want to do a couple throughout the season, but we don't want to commit to that because we don't know when that works out schedule-wise.
We haven't totally worked out all the details yet. We've committed to doing the final episode live.
Yes.
We want to do it as it happens. We want to interact with it. It's
Yeah.
going to be very interesting.
We don't know how it's going to work.
Because the biggest question of all, of course, is how do we not get kicked off of YouTube for having the episode air in the background?
I never thought about that.
Yeah,
I never thought.
Be interesting.
Yeah. Oh God, YouTube has so many rules.
Yes. When they have algorithms and stuff, maybe because it's a live thing and we're not showing the image of it.
Joe Rogan gets their shit took down all the time.
Oh, do they? See, that's interesting. That's interesting. So we're
the
gonna
live
get
stream
around
will
that.
work, but they'll lose the video portion of their stuff, and we want to keep the video up for posterity's sake.
Obviously, well, that's the whole point of live streaming it.
That's true. That is. But we're going off on a tangent here. Every podcast is somebody's first podcast. So, Alex Woodside, explain to any new persons out there who we are, what we're about, and how we've done this for the fourth time in a row, or why we're doing this for the fourth time in a row, or what the hell's going on. Alex, what are we doing? What's this about?
This is Sissy That Talk. The concept of this podcast is that Velvet and myself, being longtime fans of RuPaul's Drag Race, would spend hours post-episode discussing, tearing apart, getting into the nitty-gritty details of what happened on the show, and putting forth predictions, and just really getting into the show. And eventually we decided the world needed to be in on this. And so...
You're making it sound like such a noble crusade.
It is a noble crusade. What we do is we do an opinion podcast, but RuPaul's
this is
Drag
an
Race
opinion podcast. You're
but
listening to it.
Our opinions are more geared towards. We kind of treat it like a sporting event. We really get into the competitive kind of nature and what all the different kind of characters are bringing to the table as far as the competition goes, and what we think, who we think is going to win. It's very important to us. Doing predictions like that. Which I think sets us apart a little bit from other opinion podcasts on this, because we're not going to get into too much of the kind of like...
we don't get into the gossip. We're not a gossip show.
No.
We analyze the show as a legit competition for what it is. We look at the challenges. We look at how they perform those challenges, how they get through those challenges. We do... That's what we do. And we are not interested in two things, Alex. What are we not interested in?
BDR and ADR.
Which is before Drag Race.
Yes.
And after Drag Race.
Yes.
We look at the season as a contained unit.
Yes.
A singular thing that is happening throughout the entire thing, and that's what we look at it as. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to go out of my way to talk to you guys about it. That doesn't mean that I won't talk Drag Race with you guys whenever I'm streaming or doing, Twitch stuff or anything like that. I will Twitter and YouTube and all that stuff as to your heart's content with you after our episode has come out and all that kind of stuff, and we can talk about my opinions on the show. We love opinions is the big thing about this. So we do not shy away from anybody's opinion on any queens, and we try not to have other people's opinions affect our opinions. And that's the biggest thing, is we try to keep a shroud around us.
Because we find a lot, I mean, like every season there's kind of waves and movements, people who kind of getting behind people, and there's a group mentality that forms around certain characters every single year. So we try to avoid that particular group mentality. Obviously, we kind of take on our own favorites and we form biases as the season kind of progresses, but they are our biases, and we try to avoid kind of being manipulated by the internet bias, which is a very strong factor in RuPaul fandom.
Yeah, and I actually think that it's going to be a talking point in this podcast as to how do you think the fans are going to react now that we're in season 9.
Yeah.
Every single season is a new level of popularity in the show.
Yes.
And with every new level of popularity, it just seems like it's spawning larger and larger groups and larger hive minds and all these different things that are going on around it. Like last year, I found, and with All Stars, is particularly, it was the conspiracy theory.
Oh yeah, man, it was nuts. Every week,
everybody had a conspiracy
crazy
theory.
Idea.
Some crazy ideas, that, manipulation in.
This whole thing has been constructed so this person can win by the producers. It's like, why? Why would they do that? It doesn't make good television, people.
Robin Sharp asked us, "Does this count as BDR?" I don't think so.
So we have to address this because today we are going to look at some Instagram accounts of the queens.
Yes.
We've never done this before. So
never.
We are traipsing into the BDR world for the very first time.
A little bit, but we're mostly doing it to get impressions on what the queens are. Now, the difficulty is that we're getting impressions of the queens after Drag Race as opposed to impressions of the queens as like when they went in. So, I've always said that the Drag Race show is like a a gym.
Here's
so
the important
to speak,
factor
for drag queens. And their level goes up so high.
Yes.
After it's all done.
Yes. So here's the important factor. So we're going to look at the Instagram accounts today. We're going to get a little bit of a sense of the queens from those Instagram accounts as well as from the Get to Know a Queen videos. But after today, we are going to be shutting the door. There will be no more BDR, because what happens, especially with the conspiracy theory people, is they go into the back history of these queens and they try to find clues and weird linkages.
Yeah.
And that's the stuff we really, really want to avoid.
They call it Nancy Drewing.
Nancy Drewing.
Yeah,
yes.
those are Nancy Drews out there trying to go and dig stuff up.
Yeah.
I try to keep my ear onto that sort of Nancy Drew thing, just so I can always address it, because I always think that addressing those prevailing feelings, I think that there's validity in that, in trying to see where people are coming from, and that's
there is definitely validity.
There's
in
a
that.
time and a place for this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I like to be completely ignorant. That's what it's blissful.
Well, you do a really good job of being completely ignorant.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so that's our podcast. This is our 4th series. You can go back and you can listen to our coverage of Season 7, Season 8, All Stars 2, and starting after you hear this podcast, Season 9. You can go back and listen to all that. That's all at the website, www.velvetvalhalla.com. You can do that. But first, and the reason why we're here is we're going to start talking about the queens of Season 9, Alex.
We sure are.
So, we talk about the queens of Season 9. We used to think there was a mysticism around it. And I've said this, I was re-listening to all of our old episodes of our there used to be mysticism around this. I used to think, how do we figure out this order? It's alphabetical order. So we're going to be talking about the queens in alphabetical order, starting with, hit it, Alex. Boom. Look at the graphics.
Yeah.
Look at the production value.
Yeah.
If you're not watching on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen,
you
don't even know.
You're getting it wrong.
You don't know.
We got pictures of people and arrows and logos.
Yeah.
And I've got these big shooty lines coming out behind me. It's
That's
great.
right. And my hair matches his beard.
Yeah.
It's a good time. It's a good time. My face is mostly blocked by a microphone.
Yeah. Mine's a little better. You might want to take this spot next time.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I like this side of the room.
I'm
like
sure
being,
you do.
Anyway.
I don't mind. I get the rays protruding from my back.
So, we're going to talk about our first queen, Aja.
Aja,
22-year-old from Brooklyn, New York.
Okay, I got a bunch of things to say.
What do you got to say?
First thing I have to say,
What?
That name is too similar to Raja, and I fucking hate Raja.
You do.
Yes.
You do hate Raja.
I hate Raja a lot less now than I did when she was on the show.
She's come around. She's come around. When I watched, we watched the Meet the Queens videos. We watched the Tuck, Marry, Kill video.
Yeah.
We watched those. We watched the official logo release videos.
Yes.
That's what we're basing our opinions on.
Yes.
All that jazz. When she was talking, she reminded me a lot of Adore.
Yeah.
And
I feel.
And a lot about and this is only for us.
Yeah.
And for hopefully listeners in the future, it was sort of like listening to Leland talk.
A little bit.
It was like listening to Leland talk.
Yeah.
A lot. And Leland will probably be on the podcast, and I will grill him about that.
And then the listeners will be able to get to compare Aja to Leland.
That's what's going on. So what's your feeling on Aja then?
She has an interesting look. I felt her interview, I mean, like, everyone bullshits in their interview, but I felt especially that every fucking thing that she said was, like, total horse crap.
You thought it was, really?
Yeah,
Everything you said was total horse crap.
She was just, like, making it up as she went along, just saying the first thing that kind of came to her head, and it made me feel like she didn't really have a very good sense of self, which is a very big problem on Drag Race. If you don't have a good sense of self, you don't usually go very far.
Yeah, I mean, she just... I have a weird take on a lot of the queens this season, just from watching what I've watched. Like, I don't feel like anybody... I feel like there's one in particular that's really weak.
Well,
and I said that right away, but I don't think there's anybody who's really standing out to me as being a front runner almost right off the top. Or
we disagree there, I'm afraid.
We'll see. I know, maybe, I don't know, maybe I do. Maybe I'm just talking shit. I'm going to do another transition. Watch this, and bam! Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
Oh, YouTube.
A little Instagram.
So this is Aja's look from the World of Wonder RuPaul's Drag Race premiere party in New York City.
Yeah.
Right here. And
thanks,
let's
Getty
take
Images.
a look. Yeah, thanks, Getty Images. Let's take a look at this. We got two images. We got a close-up image of the makeup, and we got a whole look on the outfit.
Go down. I prefer the other one. Yeah. What I like
Yeah.
about her look is I like kind of her freckles, and I like the way they kind of it gives her a very unique kind of look, which I quite like about her.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy this look quite a lot. What I like about it is she has a lot of foundation on, but she's made it look so close to her natural skin tone because she's showing so much flesh.
Yeah.
And I really like that. But again, and I'm already starting into this. No pads, no tits. Yeah. I just feel like it's very nude.
Everyone's about these
it's very minimalist
pastel hair colors right now.
I know. I have pastel. There's pastel wigs behind me. It's a trend.
It is a big trend. It was a huge trend in that. I mean, I have a feeling it probably had to do with the theme of the first week. Was get to know Queen videos because everyone basically had pastel wigs.
Yeah. So what did you think about her look in that whole thing? She had the you can see we'll switch back over it here. She had the purple hair with the PVC outfit. Yeah. Now in previous seasons I've always questioned what those things were about because I always thought that they were overly produced.
Yes.
Like somebody like really put them together and put them into the thing.
Yeah.
But they were asked directly what these outfits said about them.
Yes.
So these were put together by them. So these are their looks.
These are their looks. These are looks that obviously they were told to prepare.
Exactly.
But they follow a theme. I'm not quite sure what that theme is.
Yeah.
I thought the look was good. I liked her color choices. I thought her, makeup was decent. It wasn't like super special or anything, but
no. Yeah, I mean, there it is right there. I just pulled it up on monitor. Yeah, I mean,
yeah. See, this is the part of the show that we edit.
Yeah, this part right here where we just fiddle around with buttons because I'm worried too much about my live stream.
Push it over there and then make it full screen. I don't know what you're doing that for. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's good. I like that. They can't see it yet.
No.
Oh, no, went away.
Oh, yeah, because it's going to go behind.
Just do it.
We're going to cut all this out. We're going to cut all this out. Yeah.
Just push it over. Stop worrying about...
I'm pushing it over here.
Why? They can't see it there.
No, we can see it here, though. That's the important thing.
Is that important? I don't know that
we need to be able to see this stuff so we can talk. That's the thing.
Why are you so worried about them looking at your desktop? There
we go. Okay. Where the fuck were we?
We're talking about her outfit. That's why you brought that picture up.
Okay, so this kind of conversation that we just had there does happen all the time when we're recording these podcasts. Yeah. Not particularly about the technology that's now in front of us, but it happens all the time as we're recording this.
Yes.
Our podcast sounds professional when it's done, but as we're recording it, it is fucking clown shoes.
Well, it sounded professional in the last couple seasons. The first couple seasons were a little like, whoa.
Well, hey, look, we were still learning, okay? We were still learning. Anyway, so we're going to go back and let's talk about Aja.
Her outfit. Aja's outfit, I mean, it's good. I mean, it's nothing special. Again, she went no pads, no boobs. The no boobs thing is particularly odd with this outfit because it has like a kind of, it's made for cleavage. And she obviously didn't have any cleavage.
Yeah, it's very strange.
So that's a little odd. It's a nice color. I don't know. I don't have a lot to say about her, to be honest with you.
Well, something I will bring up is I'm looking at all the ages of the queens going across.
Yes.
There are only 2 queens that are under 25.
Yeah.
One of them is Aja. The other one is Pheromone.
Yes.
And I think that's very interesting. I think it's very interesting aesthetically and overall. And I think we'll talk more about that. That's about. I don't really have much else to say about Aja at the moment. She didn't. Nothing really.
We can look at her.
Jumped out. Oh yeah, let's take a look at her Instagram. Yeah. Let's.
There we go.
No, we're good. We're good. So boom, here's our Instagram page. We're looking at some stuff. Here's some looks. Let's click some looks.
Loads of pastels.
Again, I like this.
Yeah.
I like what's going on here.
Yeah.
With this. So we're looking at for listeners. We got to make sure we.
Yeah, so the podcast people, we're now looking at the Instagram page.
Yeah, we're looking at Aja the Queen.
Yes.
On Instagram.
KWEN.
And we're taking a look through her stuff. So we're looking at a purple look, a purple wig with some spiky lashes. It's pretty interesting.
Go to the one to the right of that, the pink look.
Pink look.
So she has a very defined kind of look going on here. I'm saying a lot of samesies across the board for her.
I'm liking her impression that she's giving right now.
She's giving a hoo-hoo look. I would say
she's giving me a little bit of some back rolls.
Yeah,
that's what's going on. I like that.
Yeah,
that's what's going on. Let's see what else. Let's see what other kind of looks we got going on. Seeing pastel wigs are the thing.
Yeah. Oh, we got a boy look.
The thing. Oh, this is what she looks like. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing not much here. That's blowing me away. She seems to be really into freckles.
Yeah, which we said. I mean, that's a feature, so that's fine. I enjoy that.
Yeah. Good time. Okay.
That's cool. I don't know. Do you have anything else to say about
No,
Aja?
I got nothing really else to add about Aja.
All right. Well, then let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. We're gonna move on to our next queen.
Yes, we are.
Boom, and we're gonna go. Boom. Alexis Michelle.
Yeah.
32 years old from New York, New York.
Okay, so I'll start this conversation by saying, "Holy New York Queens, Batman."
There's a lot of New York queens.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say. So my notes on Alexis Michelle: live singing. She's a juicy queen.
She can sing live. I missed that.
Yeah, live singing. She has a strong sense of design.
Yes,
that's something that really jumped out at me. Like unlike a lot of the queens in those intro videos,
yeah.
She was really breaking down, I think, a lot of the building blocks that would make a winner of the show.
Dude, she was smart. Her aesthetic, number one, was clean. Her look, fantastic.
Yep.
But also her ability to speak was very on point,
very precise. She got her point across, and you got like a really you got a strong feeling of what she's about.
Yes,
and I like that a lot about her. Also interesting, she has been auditioning every year since season 1, or season 2. Sorry, which is crazy that there's still queens out there who have been
auditioning that long,
and can still be at that level. Because I do think that at this point in time, Drag Race has become so popular and has been on for so long that it's actually starting to cultivate its own contestants.
Yeah,
which I think is a very, very interesting thought. That
its
show is building its own contestants now.
Yeah, well, people are building their careers off of seeing RuPaul's Drag Race and wanting to be a part of it, and then becoming queens because of that. And that changes the game. And I think there's no question that it changed the game of drag, just in North America, period. Can't speak to the rest of the world.
So her promo look is a gown. A very structured gown, lots of spikes. It's so smart,
like see-through,
the way that it's done.
Big, thick sequins, which are gorgeous, which then carried over into her necklace. Which was fantastic. It was by far my favorite look.
I would go as far as to say it's among my favorite looks. It's right up there. I would say it's in top 3 in terms of my favorite looks, in terms of those black and white looks that's happening.
I'm going to say this right now, because now it seems like the time to do it.
Go.
100%, I think this is a top queen. There's no question in my mind that this girl is going far in this competition.
I think I have to agree with you. Looking, now that I've seen everything, I'm sort of processing it all as it all goes. Yeah. She has all the building blocks laid out to be somebody who can go very far.
She kind of reminds me a little bit of Roxy. That was kind of one of my first impressions of her.
I think also that's why I called her a juicy queen, because she was describing herself in the same kind of parlance as Roxy Andrews was, with
which I think is a big
and thick and that kind of stuff.
It's a compliment to her.
It's high praise.
High praise.
Or I mean, Roxy's an all-star.
She sure is.
Yeah. And now I'm just going to. I mean, she shouldn't have been in the top 4, but anyway.
Well, that's a whole other discussion. There's a whole hours
Bam! Look at that. We're looking at some New York premiere looks, ladies and gentlemen.
I love this look.
This look is crazy.
It's so good.
For those listening, she has a lavender hair with a white shrug, and basically it's like she has a tabletop.
Yes. Tabletop skirt.
Tabletop
with
skirt.
Like a diamond encrusted. What's it called?
It looks like she's doing burlesque in a glass of milk.
It does.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I mean that in the best way possible.
It's like she's the straw in the glass of milk.
Yeah. It's just so interestingly done.
Yeah.
And it's a shiny fabric as well, so it has like a sheen to it. It looks like she's coming out of a liquid. It's
cool.
Yeah, it's really cool to watch.
It's like the girl popping out of the cake at the bachelor party, the dress.
Yes.
Yes.
That's very true.
Yeah, I like it.
And her makeup on the premiere, I mean, It's great.
Yeah.
It's done really well. It's in her makeup in the interview, because there's two different types of makeups here.
Yeah.
There's makeup for stage and there's makeup for television. And makeup for stage needs to be harsher, needs to be harder, and makeup for television needs to be soft.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be soft. And she was able to pull both of those off. She just has everything a top tier contender needs to have. It just seems she's talking the talk. She has the look.
Mm-hmm.
And so what we're gonna do is let's take a look and see some of these looks on Instagram. Let's see how well this keeps working out.
No, they just saw all of that, by the way.
Yeah, you guys get to see all behind the scenes for the YouTube people. That's what's going on. Also, we get to see a little bit of this is the outer drag.
Some boy look.
Wow, that is a change.
It is a change.
That's a change right there. But look at this.
Good looking fella. That's nice.
Nice
classic Hollywood look.
Yeah.
Tight black. Looks like kind of.
It's like an old Hollywood photo shoot.
Yeah.
Is what's going on. She's showing the shoulders. It's nice. I like her hair work. Her hair work is very, very good. It's very poppy.
Nice neon I want it all sign.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm enjoying what I see on her.
That's
very pageanty.
That's her get to know Queen look.
Yes.
Bring it up.
Wait, okay.
Because the people can see. Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
Very nice.
Look at this.
I don't know where this came from. Why doesn't anyone else have one of these? That's because she's just showing off her look. Oh, she is smart.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's an official logo.
Oh. I don't know. We haven't watched
this. Those.
Interesting.
It's very good. So it's kind of a video in which she's on a pedestal turning in her outfit. Oh, look with Bob.
A little picture of Bob the Drag Queen. This
again
this
in her get to know Queen look.
Get to know Queen look. High marks. This Queen knows what's going on.
Yeah,
and
she's an early favorite for me.
I think I could agree on that. I can agree that she's definitely an early favorite. Are you ready for the next Queen?
I am ready for the next Queen.
Here we go.
Oh, that's not the next Queen. That's a hack. Hacking it up
again for people on
no
stream.
Hacking this year.
All this stuff gets cleaned up in post. Yes. It's a thing.
Except for when we're live.
Except when we're live. Like now. Anyway. We have our next Queen.
Oh, Charlie
Hides. 52 years old.
52 years young,
Boston,
girl.
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
I am very excited about Charlie Hides. I don't know what it is. I don't know exactly what it is, but I really enjoyed her promo look.
She had a good look.
It's fantastic. I really like the swirl. I like the colors. Swirl. I like the dress.
Yeah.
I like the fabric. I like everything about it. And she played her strengths up so well in that promo look. It's just very impressive to be able to see something like that.
Well, at 52, you better know your fucking strengths.
You should.
Yeah.
You should now.
What I do like about her.
What do you like?
Is that she's 52 years old, yet she looks incredibly contemporary.
She does. And I think that's the biggest thing about it is, I think that if she's able to keep as current as she has been able to, that she has the legs to be able to make it pretty far in this competition.
Yeah.
Her premiere look, I don't know, I'm going to transition over to that right now. Her premiere look.
She still has the pastel hair.
Yeah, but she's
very trendy.
She's bi-coastal. She's like British. She's British, but she's from Boston. So she's doing.
Is that what she meant by bi-coastal? I thought she meant like California, Boston.
No, she meant like Britain. She has a bit of a British accent, you know.
I don't think that's bi-coastal. I think that's bi-continental.
She said Okay, maybe that's what she said.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I'm dumb.
She said coastal.
I believe she did say coastal though. Yeah. But I guess there's coasts. There's coasts in Britain.
Yeah, but that's not when you're talking about the coasts. You're talking about the two coasts of the U.S.
Listen, that is Western bias, okay?
Which is where we live, baby.
Okay. Anyway, so Charlie Hides. I don't know how I felt about her premiere look. I think I like the idea. Conceptually, I enjoy it. I just don't know if I like it execution-wise.
You know what I like about it?
What do you like about it?
She has curves in there, but they're the curves of a 52-year-old woman.
So you're saying she's staying true.
Yeah,
she's staying true to her shtick.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. What I don't like about it is she has the curves of a 52-year-old woman.
I'll tell you what the problem with this whole outfit is.
It needs to be tailored a little bit better.
No, I think that the suit is okay. It's not fantastic, but it's fine. The dress. I think the problem is very simply that blue hair and that black hat. It's just not working out.
I guess the blue. There's nothing. Off. There's no reference for this blue color anywhere else in the outfit, which is very weird.
It's very weird. I think if she made a different hair choice, she could have pulled it off. I think if she had not been a hat and because she's wearing like a British Guard for the podcaster. She's wearing a British Guard kind of dress outfit. So she has the tall black furry hat, and she has like a red dress that kind of mimics the uniform with kind of the decals on the arm pieces. I think if she, instead of going with the hat, if she had made her hair into like a big black
you think if she had like
beehive,
a Marge Simpson?
Yeah, a Marge Simpson or a beehive with black hair, I think it really she would have nailed the look. This is just a little weird.
And Robin Sharp in chat just said, is that a hat or a second black wig?
Well, yes, we're exactly right.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly right.
But you see, I do also enjoy the exaggerated gold band that's going around the neck, though. So it's still draggy.
I feel like she could have done that with like a necklace or something like that. I think that would have made a lot more sense.
Yeah.
But, it's fun. She's reaching. Good for her.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, she doesn't really look 52 in the face.
No, she doesn't. But, we also saw, like, a very, a beefeater. That's what the hat's called.
Ah, yes.
Thank you,
Francesca.
Francesca. That's amazing. So, yeah, she doesn't look 52 in the like, the preview videos. But, I mean, they're shot. They're, like, soft lit, and there's a lot going on there. Yeah. And in these Getty images that we're looking at, it's really easy to make yourself look pretty harsh. Oh, and she looks pretty good.
She does look good. It's good.
She looks good.
Any other thoughts? So she seems sweet, a little low energy, but I mean, like, that's to be expected from a 50-year-old.
Here's another crazy thing, though. What? She is a YouTube star.
Oh.
She is known for her YouTube videos, and she has a very large following on YouTube as well. So she's like a 52-year-old YouTube queen. Yeah. Which is, again, sort of totally out of left field for somebody. Yeah. So she seems to be somebody who has a good mix of seasoning as well as adaptability. Yeah. And I think that's something.
And she has her finger on the pulse.
Well, I mean, it shows that she's willing to, she's not going to be stuck in her ways, and she's going to be willing to try to go with where the trends need to happen. Yeah. And I think that could be really good for the competition.
I'm going to say this, though. I feel like probably a middle-of-the-pack queen.
You know what?
I don't think she's going to have the stamina.
I have to agree.
She's going to catch up with her.
Yep.
That's what I think.
Yeah, so...
Which is maybe not a nice thing to say, but,
Well,
sometimes you got to throw a little tea at it, right?
It's true.
It's true. Tea, a little shade.
We're going to take a look at some YouTube looks, Instagram looks right here. This seems to be like her big look.
Yeah, with a kind of I like it. So she's wearing what is
it's like a
oversized t-shirt,
jumper,
a jumper with but in a weird kind of almost
pleather,
fabric.
It's a pleather look
with a large graphic on it.
I can't stand a mule.
The graphic says Charlie, but we were watching the New York premiere video, and she was wearing another very similar outfit, a jumper with a different graphic on it. So I think this is something that she does.
It's a signature look.
Yeah, which I think is really great because the hair matches the graphic. The big wording of Charlie is really fun and cartoony and really makes her pop. And also makes her, she does not even look remotely 52 in this photo. If I didn't know who she was, I would guess that she was in her late 20s, early 30s by the basis of this photo.
But this also brings up something that I think that looking at these Instagrams is really good for us. The criticism that we had about the blue hair coming out of her premiere red carpet look is totally blown away by this, because this one right here, all the colors have a reference to it, and everything just kind of works out. So the blue star with the blue hair, it's a very well put together ensemble muumuu shirt thing. She seems to have some pretty damn interesting looks. Like, we're looking at one with
response to Robin Sharp. Yeah. Yes, we do believe the oldest queen ever.
She is the oldest queen ever. There's not even.
You can fact check us on that, but
there's no facts checking.
The second we are a responsible organization.
The second oldest queen. The second oldest queen in RuPaul's Drag Race.
No alternative facts around here.
Is Miss Kasha Davis, who was previously the title of oldest queen in Drag Race history.
Interesting.
And now Charlie Hines is the oldest queen in Drag Race history.
Even in her boy look, she does not look like she is 52.
No, like, look at that. Like,
so there's no way that this girl has not had work done?
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, we're going to talk about work soon. We're going to talk about, like, look at this. Like, this is not the look of a 52-year-old woman.
No.
I'm very much enjoying the looks of Charlie Hines. I'm enjoying this. This is going to be pretty good. I think she's somebody to watch out for.
So maybe not a middle of the pack. Maybe like, looking at these photos, maybe I'm thinking she can go a little more. See, Queen.
This seems to be her thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing. We'll see quite a bit.
I think it's nice.
I think it's nice too. I think it works.
Yeah. So I mean, I think if she's going to be anything, she's definitely a high mid, if anything.
Well, I think her age and her experience with queens, kind of in the back room, is going to probably take her quite far in terms of her ability to kind of deal with the high levels of manipulation that obviously occur in this show, Queen to Queen. So that is always a huge benefit to a queen, to know how to handle other queens. That will get you far. The girls who are kind of like really sheltered, especially girls who only kind of exist on YouTube, have a really hard time on the show because they've never had to deal with the fierce heat of the other girls.
Pressure. So we're going to move on to our next queen, and I have a feeling, I will switch side, that this next queen is somebody who's really high on your list. Boom.
Eureka! Yes.
You love yourself
I do.
A big bitch, and you feel like you might have got robbed of your big bitch last season.
Yeah, I did.
You didn't get your big, out of this world, outrageous.
No, I
queen.
did not. I really like Eureka right off the bat.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I think Alexis, again, I already said she's my favorite, just kind of on my first impression. But what Eureka kind of does with the kind of whole big girl thing, I think is fascinating. I think it's a fresh take on what a big girl is and can be, especially for Drag Race. And I think that's really going to take her far.
You think it's really fresh?
I think her take on it, yeah, for sure.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's exactly fresh. I just think that she's finally doing what everybody's been talking about doing.
Which is what?
She says that she's trying to break the stigma that bigger queens have of they don't wear certain things and they don't do certain things and they don't dance certain things. But Jaden Dior Fierce did all of that stuff already.
That is true. That is true.
But Jaden wasn't able to make it all the way.
No.
Because Jaden just needed a little bit more time in the oven.
Yeah.
But she was fantastic, but needed a little bit more time in the oven. I wonder if... I mean, we always ask this every time we see a new big queen who comes onto the thing. We said the same thing whenever we were talking about who is your girl, Katya and Ginger Minj.
Ginger Minj, yes.
We said the same thing about Ginger Minj. We're like, can Ginger Minj be the one that goes all the way? And she made it.
Always the question.
She made it into the top.
She did. In a particular kind of season, which some people.
Well, that was a thing, but it was a thing.
I think Eureka has, I think, the presence, kind of the first impression to go very far in this competition. I mean, it's a first impression, so I'm hesitant to be confident saying like kind of a top queen. Unlike with Alexis, who I do feel like, I'm going to put that out there now. That's going to be my one call. We'll see how that goes. We'll reference it throughout the show. But Eureka, I think, is going to be a strong competitor. I think she has really strong looks. So her look... for Meet the Queen with the red outfit with the kind of big hair. I thought the hair in that was a little weird.
I liked it though. I like myself a bald queen here and there. I don't like it all the time.
She's not bald. It's not a bald look though.
No, but I mean like a queen with a shaved head and you affix your hair pieces to that.
Oh yes.
That's what she's doing. She's a bald queen. She's affixing her hair. Like that's what I mean. As a blank palette, I enjoy that.
It's smart. I mean,
it's very smart.
Yeah.
It's a lot less work.
And she uses it in a really smart way. I just thought that the shape maybe, but I think it looks better when you see kind of her full frame. It's a little weird when you just see kind of a medium close shot of her.
She also explained that her look was based on fire as well. So I mean that's the flame on the fire.
Yeah.
That is Eureka.
She looks like a ruby to me.
I like the hair. I almost have to disagree.
Well,
with
what
you.
I was going to say
it. I like the way that it looks. I like
transition to her New York look here.
Yeah,
for everyone. So this is why. Well, I do like her hair here a little bit better than her Meet the Queen look. And what I will say is, I think that part of her aesthetic is utilizing large shapes on her head to balance out her frame underneath,
which is smart.
Which is very smart, and that's what I meant when I said kind of a very a fresh take on the big girl, is that she's utilizing a part of herself and a part of her image to work with what she has in a really positive way, and I think that's what's fresh about her.
What I'm liking about, I like the difference in her silhouette, in that most big girls, the way they try to balance out their body to their shape, like their squareness.
Yes.
They pad out and they pop the hair out.
Yeah. When they get like a big round thing.
They go helmet hair, the big round hair.
Yeah.
Whereas she's actually working with the verticality of
them.
Yeah. And I think that's such a more, and I mean, I guarantee you, if she makes it a long way through the show, we're going to see her do big popped out hair like that. It's got to happen. But I very much enjoy just the verticality of this. How it lengthens her, how it makes her taller. It adds so much.
But I also like kind of the classicness of the big kind of loop that comes in there.
We're talking about her New York look. Yeah. Yep.
Which, if you haven't looked at on the podcast, go check out her New York look. It is fantastic.
I really do enjoy it. I think it's one of my favorite of all of the New York looks. Because I like it because it's... I think that the premiere look needs to be classic.
Yes.
And I think it needs to be a statement about who you are.
Yeah.
In basic terms, so people can really digest it and understand.
I think it absolutely has to be a runway look. And not a runway look, I mean a red carpet look, because it is a red carpet event.
Absolutely.
Right? And so, a lot of queens come out there with kind of really ridiculous things.
We'll talk about that later.
Good for the photographs, I guess. But, you're on a red carpet, goddammit. Look like it.
Own that red carpet.
Because this isn't like, pretend you're on a red carpet night. This is, bitch, you are on a red carpet.
And it's the red carpet for you. It's your coming out. So you need to, you need to own it. And I feel like that's what she's doing.
Yeah.
I love this hair.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the way that...
So do I. I love the braid that kind of wraps it on the bottom. Like, the whole thing is great. In fact, it was this look that obviously I liked her right off the top because she's a big girl and I'm a big fan of the big girls. But it was this look, the New York look, when I was all like, damn, like this girl has some chops. And to me, this look tells me that she has the ability to take it somewhere in the show.
So something that we can talk about now is the big girl curse, which is something that always we talk about on our show.
Yes.
That I don't think anybody else covers.
No.
And Alex Woodside, what is the big girl curse?
Okay.
And how does that relate to our discussions?
The big girl curse works like this. A big girl comes with a big personality. And that personality gets them a long way, makes a lot of friends. But that personality is often a shield of type. To block the insecurity that the big girl has over being a big girl. And most kind of big people in general have an insecurity about their body and about their self, and drag's all about body and about self. And so what happens is, over the course of the show, that shield of the big personality kind of wears down. And what gets exposed is the insecure person inside. And the big girl curse specifically is when that insecure person kind of gets seen by the other queens. Insecure person lashes out and starts getting really catty and really bitchy, and her personality starts to turn. And that kind of shield personality that she's been using starts to fade to the bitchy, harsh personality that no one really likes. And then she falls under the weight of that. And it's not her true personality, it's her insecure personality, and towards the end of the show, when they get exhausted, that insecure personality really takes over, and that is the curse.
Well, I mean, it especially starts taking over when you get to the point where they've been criticized so much.
Yes.
And if she gets criticized about the same thing, and it's always going back to her body and not being rail thin, that's when it starts to take away at that. And then that insecurity comes up to a head, and boom.
Like, we've already said that Alexis is a more curvy kind of girl, but in large part, a lot of the girls this season are kind of real skinny bitches.
Yes.
Lots of fishy, skinny bitches, regardless of age. And so I think that's to Eureka's advantage.
Yeah.
But it does mean that, that's what she's going to be compared to every week. And that can get difficult when, that is what's idolized generally in our culture, and you don't fit into that kind of mold.
So Eureka the Elephant Queen on Instagram.
Proper boy.
Let's take a look.
Boy looks here. We got a hamburger on a hat.
Hamburger hat. I mean, if you're going to be big queen, own it.
Yeah, that's true.
Own it.
That's true.
That's what it's got to be.
Yeah.
I want to see some versatility when I'm searching through this Instagram. Like,
I want to see this one on that one right there.
You want to see this?
I do.
I'm really afraid to click this
because we're gonna get some.
Oh no,
it's a GIF. It's a great GIF.
No, it's a boomerang. This is a boomerang. So we're looking at a
It's still a
boomerang of her
GIF.
getting. That's a boomerang.
Okay, whatever.
Get with the social media, old man.
Shit.
But you see,
she's being showered in the
showered
dollars.
in money, and she's doing like an opera gag. Now, what I noticed about it is her Instagram's called Eureka the Elephant Queen, which I think is very smart.
Yes,
because it's poking fun at herself.
Yeah,
and that leads me to believe that she's got a lot of confidence, a lot of self-confidence in herself, and that's a big thing.
Oh, damn. I like this. She has this weird kind of hair thing going on here. You're kind of just getting shades of it. It's kind of a bigger look with kind of... Well,
yeah.
What I like is she works a lot with shapes with her hair.
I love this.
And shapes are great. I think if you're going to be wearing wigs all the time, like, why not go to the nines with it, right? It doesn't need to look like real hair. It just needs to resemble hair and have great shapes.
Yeah, I'm loving this. I'm looking at there's a picture of her where she's wearing like a pink and leopard print. Like, I mean, these are
wings,
looks.
Shoulders.
These are fucking looks right here.
She's got it going on. There's some long hair looks there that are good too. You know, the leopard print going on. And leopard print always works for a big girl. I think it's pretty cool. I think she's good. I'm very excited to see her. I did note in her interview that she was a little snippy, and that can be good, but that can get real bad. So it'll be interesting. I really can't wait to meet her properly on the show and get a real sense of her personality.
Yeah, I'm excited about doing that. Like, I mean, I'm also looking at one more Instagram picture where it looks like she has like rope braids for hair. It's amazing. I'm very much enjoying what Eureka is delivering so far in this small snippet that I've seen from her. I think that she's got a lot. She's got a lot to give.
I think so.
She's got a lot to give. Now let's go to our only other queen, who is under 25, the 22-year-old Pheromone from Las Vegas, Nevada.
So, you know what I had to say about her right off the top? Hot. Yeah, she's a hot girl.
She is a hot girl.
Yeah.
You know what I have to say about her off the top? What is she going to give me that Violet Chachki has not already given me?
It's a good question.
What is it going to be?
She's short, for one.
Do you think that?
Yes. When we were watching some of the red carpet stuff with Thorgy, I noted that she is very short.
She looks very slight, yes. But does that? But I mean, short Violet Chachki. I mean,
short's a whole new thing. We don't get a lot
short's a whole new thing.
We don't get a lot of skinny short girls who are not also Puerto Ricans.
Well, I mean, you're putting a lot of caveats on here, my friend. You're putting a lot of caveats on here.
You know what's fucked? I was going to talk about it at the end. There's no Puerto Ricans.
No, the's no Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, whoa. What's up?
It's really weird.
What's up? You know what I blame this on?
What?
Trump.
We're not going to get into that.
No.
We're going to try to keep our podcast away from that as much as possible. We're going to talk about Pheromone. Let's see, anything?
Yeah, she had the fetish looks thing going on. She talked a lot about kind of fetish looks and latex, kind of leather stuff, which is still pretty much Violet territory. She has a sweet kind of look going on, which I think will contrast quite well with the fetish kind of look.
She's bubblegum fetish, which is something I enjoy. Because with the pink hair, I'm thinking the pink hair is probably going to be a trademark of hers. As we are looking at all this stuff, you know, she's very bombshelly.
Yeah, total bombshell. Well, she's hot, right?
She's hot. Yeah, she's a good looking chick.
Yeah,
I'll say that much. But again, I always say this every single year that we have something new. I want to see new and different. That's what I want.
Yeah.
More than anything, I want to see something that's new and I want to see something different.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's nothing that she can do that Violet Chachki has not already done.
You might be right.
And I mean, I want to be proven wrong. I want to be proven wrong because I do think that. So we're looking at her Instagram now.
Yeah.
And we're looking at some looks.
Lots of pink.
And it's lots of pink.
Lots and lots of pink.
I
like this.
I think her makeup is on point.
Her makeup is good.
What's really helpful is that she's got a face for it.
Yeah.
She's got a very, very soft chin.
Yeah.
And she's able to make it work.
Yeah.
And looking at it, I'm looking at some of her boy pictures. She's able to put her real hair into it, which helps so much to be able to blend in a hairline.
She has a real femme look even as a boy.
Yeah. I'm enjoying this latex look that was up there at the top too. Like right there, that down, right down. There's a latex look. She's in a cat suit. I like that. Nice little swoop. The makeup is done really well.
It's a strong look.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how she's going to be able to fare in terms of a season that is so seasoned, I would actually have to say, because there's a lot of older queens who've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
And
But honest to God, I'm like, I just feel like being that good looking and that clean aesthetically, I think that gets you a fair distance on the show. So I
I
mean,
want to see this one.
I don't think
Always like to
she's
see
going
one
to
of
go
the hookers.
all the way necessarily, but I think, like this.
She
Orange-
takes
orange shirt-
she
orange
takes a great
skirt.
photo. She's incredibly photogenic.
I wonder if we got any
pretty
photo
big.
challenges this year. I don't think there was any photo challenges in the last.
We'll talk
couple
about the whole show.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? This is actually. I mean, is this?
That's a great look.
Wow.
Yeah.
So she's so this is her doing a Lana Del Rey.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. I mean, that doesn't even look like her.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
So
She's
versatility.
got some.
I mean, I imagine that's ADR though.
Chops.
Whoa. Is she doing a Mariah there?
I don't know. Is that Mariah?
That looks like a fucking Mariah to me.
A couple years ago when I did a Mariah Carey illusion. Wow.
That's pretty tight.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. If she doesn't pull that out, I'll be surprised.
We'll see what she ends up pulling out. I mean, Snatch Game is always the thing to look out for on this whole show.
So I called her a young killer.
Yeah, definitely a young killer. I mean, and there's not much to say about her premiere look either.
No,
her premiere look,
pink showgirl.
Pink showgirl, and I mean, the thing I have about it, my last thing I'll just say, I feel like she might be a little bit too Violet Chachki. That's
possible.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Next queen, James Mansfield, out.
Oh yeah, you think she's out fast?
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. I'm gonna say this: she's a very strong character, and that can be either good or bad for you in this show.
She is not polished enough to be on the show, I don't think. Her looks, like, she's not blowing me away with any of her looks. She's not overly photogenic.
No, well, she's not photogenic
her looks are not
at
really
all.
put together. I could see her wig hairline in her promo
I'll tell you this right off the bat. I didn't like her.
That was a problem.
I did not like her personality right off the bat, which clouded me a little bit. I find it hard to say. I don't disagree with you at all. One of my notes for her was murderer, brackets, like serial killer.
Like an actual murderer.
Yes.
Yeah, I just don't... She doesn't have the polish that I think it's going to take to make it far on modern Drag Race. I think that she might... And I mean,
well, let's look at her Instagram.
Okay, but first, I'm going to... For the people on stream, we're going to look at... This was her New York look.
So she's like some sort of Muppet.
She's
or
like
Muppet
some sort of weird
on
Muppet.
her chest, and then her head on top of it.
And I mean, like, her promo look, too, was just like a blue thing.
It was pretty weak.
This is what really bothered me. She mentioned that her manslave, James, made it last minute.
Yeah.
And that bothers me that you weren't taking enough time to seriously put yourself into the whole thing. But anyway, I'm not into this look. I'm not into it. I'm just not. I mean, I'm sure she could be talented.
Seems like she might be a prop queen.
Yeah, she's a comedy queen for sure.
Yeah.
But like even here, she just doesn't she just doesn't look polished enough for season 9 of RuPaul's Drag Race. And I'm sure she's a lovely person.
I'm not so sure. I think she might be a serial killer.
Could be a serial killer.
That's
might be a serial killer. But I don't know what I have nothing constructive.
I did not like her personality off the top. So we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if she was gone pretty soon. I think there's a couple.
It won't be too soon, I'll tell you that much.
It won't be soon enough, you mean?
Yeah. I mean, maybe episode 1. Maybe that'll be enough. I would be amazed.
I don't think she's out episode 1. I don't think that.
What?
I don't think so.
You think you're crazy. I think you're crazy if you don't think that.
I think you're crazy.
She's not out episode 1. Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at this with Bob the Look, the hairline. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to have that much hairline.
All right.
In your promo. Anyway, I got nothing else to say about that. But I do have a lot to say about this next queen, Kimora.
Kimora Black.
Kimora Black is a queen that I've known before going into this show. I've seen Kimora Black's Instagram and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might be going out on a limb here, and I might regret saying what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it anyway because this is my goddamn show. She might be one of the queens with the most visible work that has ever been on the show.
Why, are those tits real?
No, those tits aren't real, but you just wait until we take a look at her Instagram.
Okay.
So, but as I cue that up, though, what do you think about Kimora Black? What do you think?
Tall, thin, strong girl.
Oh, strong.
Yeah.
Like an ox. Like
I felt like she's definitely a big time aesthetic girl. I got that impression from her interview, that she was very much about the aesthetics and about the the fashion kind of side of thing, the name dropping.
yes, she's a Vegas queen.
Yeah, but no, I mean she might be. Yeah, she's a Vegas queen, but I don't think she's like a Vegas queen in the sense that she's a showgirl. I think she's a high fashion queen. I think she's an aesthetic queen. My concern or my initial thought was that she's probably a low talent queen, meaning that she's poured all of her energies into
looks as opposed to into a performance.
Yeah,
and but we have seen queens like that make it pretty far. I'm gonna pop
like Violet Chachki, for instance.
Exactly. I mean, and you know what? Though Violet was able to pull it out.
Oh yeah. I'm not
what she's able to do. So
Violet,
here's a before and after with no makeup
holy
there.
shit, that's her boy look.
That's her boy.
That's
look.
a lot of hair. Where the hell's all that hair going?
Sometimes they're older.
That's like
pictures.
a Thorgy level of hair.
It's crazy,
Yeah.
but this is what I want you to look at. Look at these cheeks. These cheeks are built.
Those are big ass cheeks.
These cheeks are out.
Yes, they are.
But yeah.
Well, she has that whole Barbie thing, right? She has
yes.
This, Barbie doll look.
She's all ass.
Yeah.
And titties and cheeks. She's crazy. Her makeup skills are nuts. And I mean, I guess it would be a toss up between who's had more work between Kimura and between Detox. I think that would be a thing. But like it's she's crazy in terms of aesthetic. And
which can be good. I mean, I didn't get a huge feel for her. I gave her a nah. Meaning that like I don't think she's gonna get eliminated quickly, but I also don't think necessarily that she's like gonna be a huge contender for me. I might be wrong about that because she does have a very strong personality, and that does count for a lot. But she didn't strike me as hard as I kind of anticipated.
Well, she's definitely killer on social media because we're looking at her Instagram, and she's
clever.
able to make her. Somebody's really good at social media and Instagram whenever they're able to make themselves the grid work.
Instagrids.
The Instagrids. And it's a picture of her next to RuPaul in her opening look, which I think is stunning.
I'm just going to point out that the center grid is slightly off.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
But I think that her look that she had is absolutely stunning. Her promo look.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. And I mean, I kind of dig what she wore during the premiere too. I mean, I think the dress what it needs
is
to
okay. I think her look. I like the hair. I like the flowiness of the gown, but the see-through thing.
You got to show off that chest piece. Those chest plates are friggin' expensive.
That's true.
I know. I looked into it.
I think maybe if the see-through kind of stopped at her hips, I'd like it better.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Okay,
we'll see.
So, you got nothing else to add about Kimura Black?
No.
Okay. Let's move on.
Oh, let's move on.
Yeah? Oh, God. Here we go. Nina Brown.
Oh, my. Okay, so definitely...
What do you think about Nina Brown? So, okay, wait. Before we even get into this, I went back and I listened to our Season 8 premiere preview show.
Okay.
And you were talking about how crazy it was for... it was either Thorgy or Acid Betty to wear so many prosthetics to change the way that they look going to the premiere.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was either.
So
I think it was Acid though. No, it was Thorgy.
I think it was Thorgy.
Yeah,
because Thorgy wore a shit ton of prosthetics.
Yeah.
But how'd you feel about
Planet
of the Apes?
So
how'd you feel about this?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do.
So for the podcast listeners, you have
Planet
to
of the
check
Apes.
out.
We're gonna keep this up.
You have to check out Nina Bonina's.
New York premiere look.
Yeah, she went as a character from Planet of the Apes.
Pretty much.
Essentially. I mean, I can't imagine it's anything other than that.
Pretty much.
It is an ape aesthetic.
It's
with
ape
feathers. So I find I can't talk about this off the bat.
Alex?
Yes.
Is it aesthetically pleasing?
It is not aesthetically pleasing.
Aesthetically pleasing. Come on. I just came up with that.
It's good.
Shut up.
It's good. I want to go back
everybody.
a step though, and I want to talk about her look on Meet the Queens.
Yes.
Which I think is actually interesting. I think it's a staged look. I don't think it did not hold up particularly well under the scrutiny of a camera.
It does not.
However, I think looking at that on a stage would be cool, would be interesting. I like it. I think it is a little bit messy, but I kind of like the way it's messy. Now that
You like
all
it-
those thoughts,
You like it that's because it's painterly.
it is
right?
painterly.
That's what you enjoy about
it's
it?
bold. It's interesting. She's really pushing some boundaries and having a lot of fun with it. What I don't like about it is when I see it next to her New York red carpet look, because that tells me that, like, if that's what she's bringing out to the red carpet, there's no way she's gone far in the show. Because her red carpet look is so bad. I get what you're doing, but what I don't understand is why you want to make yourself look bad on the runway. You can do ape, and you can do ape poorly. I think you can do it well. I think you could do what she decided to do and make it graceful somehow. I think that's very difficult.
Like the hot ape from Planet of the Apes.
For instance.
Like the sexy ape from Planet of the Apes.
I think you can do it. I think it can be done. I think it is super, super difficult, which is why basically no one would try to do it. And she failed big time with it.
But the thing is, we even saw it in motion because we were watching videos from the premiere. It's like her face is made of claymation. It's just very
well. The problem is that the prosthetics are like painted such a drastically different tone than her skin.
They're not blended. Is my problem with them? They're rough. The prosthetics are not blended into themselves. That's an issue for me. Yeah. That's a big issue that I have with this entire look. Yeah. I think she's saying in her interviews that she's able to deliver all these different looks. She's saying that.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's got what it takes to go all the way with that. I think she can talk the talk, but I don't think she can walk it. That's what I have to say.
I don't necessarily think she's out in the first week. I think she's interesting.
No, I don't think she's out in the first week at all.
But I don't think she makes it out of the first 3.
I mean, she can't be out on the first episode because that's when James Mansfield is going out.
Oh. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah. James Mansfield's
You think
gone.
she's out in the first week?
Yeah,
right?
I think she's totally gone. There's no chance.
Yeah, you might be right. I'm just
saying.
I don't know.
We do have a history of being totally fucking wrong.
There's a couple other ones I think could go in the first week.
Anyway, so Nina Bonina Brown, do we have anything else to say? Do we even want to look at her Instagram?
Yeah, no,
we have. You know what? I guess we have to.
Yeah.
We have to do. So, see, like, this is interesting.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's very interesting looking.
But this like her. So she has like a Queen of the Night kind of look going on.
She has a paper crown.
She has a paper crown. Now this paper crown won't live outside of a photograph.
No, that's you're absolutely correct about that.
Yeah. Don't be closing fucking windows willy-nilly. People can see it in the world.
I'm closing stuff. Don't worry. So I mean, this is a look that she's showing. She's able to go and do like proper drag without having to be crazy. So, I mean, she's got the skills.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a lot of makeup skills.
Let's see the cat.
I just want to see her next to Harambe.
She has a sense of humor, so that's all right.
I mean, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Want to see the cat?
I want to see the cat.
I want to see the cat in motion. I hope there's no music to this.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, there's a little bit of music.
And that's a weird bit of motion.
That's
her prosthetics suck again, though.
That's creeping me right the fuck out.
Her prosthetics are not good.
No, but you know what though? They look good on Instagram, and that's the problem.
No, they don't even. Her ears there look bad. So I don't think she could possibly make it out of the first 3 weeks. It's too rough.
I don't know, but you see, I'm looking at some of her other. She's
because
able to
I
have
think
some
she's going to go super bold right in there.
Do you think she's going to be stuck going super bold?
Well, I think I think that's her thing, and I think that's okay. I don't think her painting skills are good enough to do what she's trying to do.
Well, the question is, how long does it take her to do them?
That one's kind of neat.
I mean, yeah, this is like a clown look.
Yeah, with a flat nose,
which is interesting. I mean, this one's even neater. So she has like a robot
Metropolis look.
Yeah. But
some references I get. 1920s film, yes, please.
Yeah, I mean, look at this one. This is not a bad look either. It's a Sting look.
I don't think
so. She's got like a mime. She's got like a mime thing going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think she has some classic drag looks going on there too. So
there's no way she makes it out of the first 3 weeks.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for her to make it out of the first 3 weeks. I have to say, but looking at her Instagram, I am seeing her be able to
I like
do
the
some
bee look
painting.
is the best thing going on.
The bee look, yeah,
that's all right.
It's very she's got some stuff.
Classic Diana Ross with some bees.
I mean, yeah, you see this red-haired look next to.
But I think those aren't great looks. Like that's not a great look.
It's not a great look.
What the fuck is that one underneath it? Her head is a heart with an arrow through it,
and it's
terrifying. She is terrifying. You know what? That's what she is. She is fucking terrifying.
Well, she's got body
everything.
Too.
What is that other one? What did that? See, that's
this Michael Jackson's monkey.
Yo, that is wild. What is even going on there? Okay, I like her.
Describe it.
I like describe this. Okay, so she is a monkey, and her kind of where a monkey's hairline kind of comes down lower on the forehead, that plays right into her curly hair above, and she's elongated her chin with a white prosthetic piece. And I don't know, she has something over her lips, which is really weird. And then her eyes are yellow. Which is
Crazy.
Really what's making the
look.
look.
You should really go to her Instagram account.
She's kind of
great.
great.
She has some very interesting things on her Instagram
I kind of
account.
like her. I just can't imagine that this is going to go super far because so many of her looks are frankly just off-putting. And I think maybe she does it on purpose. I don't know. The more I look at the Instagram, the more I kind of like her, but it does not convince me that she's going to be able to make it out of the first 3 weeks.
I want to call her a low mid. I want to call her a low middle.
You know what? She's like the most interesting milk I've seen so far.
The most interesting. The most interesting milk I've seen. Yes,
I think she has like a lot of really great, crazy ideas. I just don't think her painting skills are where they need to be to pull them off.
I think that she's
basically you need to be like a high-end like airbrush artist to pull off a lot of these looks.
Except that's not what she's going for. She's going for a more painterly oil painting look, which I find very interesting. I'm looking at a red-haired pop art poison ivy.
But I think that would look
amazing.
I think that look would be better if it were airbrushed.
Yeah, it could be. It could be better if it's airbrushed, but at the same time, you don't get the same defined definitions. I mean, airbrushing is a tool that needs to be used with everything. It's not just one thing that a blanket airbrush to make things work. This is my thing about her. She's the closest we have to a cosplay queen on the entire show. And I've been burned by too many cosplay queens in this goddamn show.
She's the fucking ghost from goddamn Death Note in that photograph.
It's amazing.
That is amazing. But it's terrifying as well, though.
Yes. But I like a little bit of terror.
Yeah.
I like look at this Ursula look. Like, this shit is crazy.
Ursula's pretty good. Though the hair again is
paper hair. Yeah.
A paper piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've been burned too many times with the cosplay queen. So I cannot support the cosplay queen, period. Can't do it. I cannot do it. I will not put my heart out there. I'm not saying that Nina Bobina Bushfina P5 Fofina Brown is anywhere near one of my favorites. But I can't. I can't. She's middle of the pack at best. Anyway, we're going to talk about our next queen right now, Peppermint.
Peppermint.
She's transgender.
Yeah.
I guess we're just, I'm just going to talk about that right off the top.
Here's my thing about her. I think maybe that is the most interesting thing about her. That interview was incredibly dull.
She's very dull.
She's super dull. So this is my thought. I mean, being an out trans woman
on the
show is a big deal because there's always been kind of a level of friction between the trans community and Drag Race specifically. I would say there's been issues over the years with Gmail, et cetera.
Yeah.
And so there. I mean,
I'm not gonna get it.
You know what? Because here's what I'm gonna say. Honest to God, I would say that she is a candidate to be out in the first week because I find her boring.
This is the thing I have. If she makes it further in the show, I think it's going to be very difficult for her to be able to take criticism. Because,
you think so?
Well, everybody else has a level because you're not criticizing the person, you're criticizing the character.
Yeah.
And if you're coming out if you're saying that you're a trans woman,
yeah.
I think that you have so much of your personal feelings put onto that character that it's going to be difficult for you to be criticized upon that as the show goes on, and that's going to be a very big disadvantage.
I agree with what you're saying, but I don't think it's a problem for her. That's not the feeling I got from her, because in her interview, I felt like she did demarcate between herself as a trans woman and drag, and when she's in drag and does drag, and I feel like there is that separate side of her personality that is her drag personality versus herself. Which is a trans woman. And so I don't think that would necessarily be the problem. I honestly just don't think I've seen anything. I don't like her red carpet look. I didn't think her Meet the Queen look was particularly interesting. I thought it was all of a particular level, which is okay, but I don't think okay goes very far with RuPaul's Drag Race.
No.
And I find that the first week is often where you lose kind of that okay queen just right away. There's queens that you just never remember again, or either it's because they're too crazy, which is your bet with James Manfield, and my bet
she's not polished enough.
with Peppermint is that Peppermint's like, you got a name like Peppermint, I'm expecting you to be a Peppermint.
You don't think she's going to bring it out enough? You don't think she's going to bring it out?
No, I think she's going to be too low key, and I think she's going to get booted.
Okay. We need to move this on a little bit.
Yeah, we're dragging.
Yeah, we're dragging on. So we're not gonna look at her Instagram. I mean, that's nothing against
her. I will
her.
say, I make another note about her.
Go.
Not funny. She tries and drops a lot of jokes,
yeah,
and none of them are funny.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
She just seems to be a little bit bland. Next queen we have is Sasha Velour.
Oh yeah, see, here's another. Okay, so I was struggling with her the whole time.
As you were watching it the whole time?
Yeah, the whole experience here tonight, of watching her meet the queen and then watching the red carpet. Always struggling with her. I'm really on the fence about her. I think obviously first and foremost she's an aesthetic queen. She was the one who did the bald look and Meet the Queens.
I enjoy that bald look. I
also enjoy the bald look.
I really enjoyed the bald look.
I have no problem with the bald look, and I think she also delivered a really great look on the runway.
We're looking at it right now on the her premiere look is. I think it's great. I think it needs some tits, but I will always say that.
Yeah, well, it's like a Hindu goddess.
Yeah, it's a Hindu goddess.
Yeah.
Asian inspired. Yeah. I like that she has like a little unibrow thing that she likes to put into that. I think it's kind of cool. I think it's an interesting. It's an interesting.
She's
effect.
A high aesthetic queen. There's aesthetic queens and there's high aesthetic queens. I think Nina Bonina could take some lessons from her in terms of execution. Because I think they're kind of in the same or similar ballpark. But I think Sasha here is a little bit more drawn to beauty other than terror, which is a more typical choice. This
is the feeling I get from her. Yeah. I think that she's not going to respond well to criticism, mostly because I think that she is a vulnerable artist at heart.
Oh yeah, for sure. Total artist.
And
the way she was talking about everything
right?
was just like so high-minded.
Exactly.
And I was like, "Oh, girl, I feel you. Like I feel artist drag. I get it. But bitch, it's still drag, and you gotta have an attitude and a sense of humor that goes with it."
Exactly. You need to be able to step back a little bit and relax. Yeah. And I mean, I'm liking some of the looks that she has, but they're very, they're same-ish.
Yeah.
Going across, but I know
she's really plays the bald thing. I don't think she plays the bald thing the way Eureka does, which she uses it as a way of building out her hair. Whereas I feel like Sasha's using her bald thing as a bald thing, which is fine, and it can be a good, strong choice, and we've seen it before. But the thing is, we have seen it before, and just always rocking that bald look, I don't think it's going to do it. She had a nice bowl cut up there, which I kind of enjoyed.
Yeah, I think that
her eyebrows are fantastic. She has a very specific eyebrow aesthetic, and it's excellent.
But is that going to kill her, though? If they tell her to stop doing that, is that going to be a thing that stops her?
They wouldn't tell her to stop doing it until late into the season. You're talking about midpoint or further, where they'd be like, "I'd like to see you without that eyebrow."
Yeah,
and see how she takes that, because it is the basis of her look. But it's a great choice. It's super smart.
It's definitely a choice.
And it's really good because she works with it really well. I think out of everyone, I like her face the most.
Out of like all the queens, you like her face the most?
Yeah, just on first impression, just the way that she's painted it, and it's very thought out, like we've been saying. But that could be her downfall as well.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not much to say.
Look at this.
She seems like a vulnerable artist. That's just the thing that I have about it, and I'm really hoping she doesn't collapse on the runway and start waxing poetically. And
when I'm taking notes, I have like kind of like the basics, and then I have kind of very specific things that they say that they bring out.
Yeah.
And then I have my thoughts beside them, and that's kind of those are my kind of like instincts. And so these are my instincts from Sasha Velour.
Go.
I don't like. Nope. But maybe.
Oh, so you're saying that she's not very concise in terms of the interview portion of the show?
No,
or you just those are your feelings.
My instincts. That's what I get from her. I get kind of like I get like, no, like we've seen this, it's been done. It's like, oh, but maybe it's really good, but like maybe she's just too, fruity tooty. Like I don't know. I'm not. She doesn't give me confidence.
That's what you need.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next queen is Shea Coulee.
Shea Coulee.
27 from Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I think they asked her what her favorite animal was, and she said a giraffe. And she was kind of dressed like a giraffe at the time.
She did. I hated that hat.
You hated that hat?
I hated that
I like
hat.
the neck piece that was on there. I enjoyed this. This is a look.
It is a look. And from afar, it's great. Again, it's a total stage look. Up close on that hat, it was just.
I feel like she's in
me.
The Lion King. I love it.
Yeah, I totally feel like she's in The Lion King.
And she's got body.
She's got body. She's very strong. She has a great personality. I mean, I liked her overall. I wrote her down as being strong. I think she's a strong contender. I think she could probably go really far. I think she has out of everyone, I think she has the best sense of self. I really got, yeah.
More than Alexis Michelle.
Okay, maybe her and Alexis Michelle are kind of on a similar kind of level in that kind of way. But that was like my note about her specifically was like she has a very strong sense of personality, and it feels very rock solid. And I think that's a really good quality, and that's a really good quality for first impression. So I put a lot of faith in that.
I'm not 100% overwhelmed with her premiere look.
No.
I mean, I love her promo look. Her premiere look, I don't know how I feel about it.
It's a nice gown.
I just don't like the wig. The wig is just not particularly styled all that well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Her face is also not painted super well there.
Yeah, it's really tough on these
on these Getty images.
Yeah, these cameras too. It's tough.
Well, yeah, they're just red carpet cameras. They're
Yeah,
pretty flash heavy.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just I'm not really feeling that look, but I think that she's got some looks.
She got some looks.
Let's look at our Instagram right here. We got some stuff going on. We got a lot of
fan art already of her Meet the Queen look.
Yeah, I mean, I'm liking. I like the strength that she has on her look. She's got a very strong sense of color and shape, and I think that's something that I'm really enjoying about what I'm looking at as I'm scrolling through her Instagram page.
I want to see that. That's like her RuPaul kind of look with big hair. Big blonde hair.
Big
her
yellow
eyes
hair.
are really pulled out and into it, which I really like. That's a really great paint job.
Yeah. But what I noticed is I'm scrolling through.
She's doing her best, Aja. If you go up.
But where?
Up. There it is.
Right here.
Yeah, Freckle City.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
Freckles are a thing. As I'm scrolling through this, nothing is really jumping out at me, though. Like, I'm not looking at stuff being like, oh, man,
a few. That's pretty wild. She
mean,
has like some sort of like her face has been rhinestoned thing going on.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about her.
I think she's strong.
I think she looks really good in this picture.
That's Rue.
Oh, okay, sorry. There's a
God
joke.
damn
There's a
son of
joke
a
just for
bitch.
the people who are watching on YouTube.
Jesus Christ.
Let's move on. Move on to the next queen, Trinity Taylor.
Trinity Taylor.
Taylor. Our pageant queen of the season. I think our preeminent pageant queen of the season.
Our Southern queen of the season.
And you know what? I was talking a lot like this.
You did. You had it all going on.
And when she came on the videos,
yeah.
I was like, "Oh my God! I've been talking like her all day, and I didn't even know it."
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's the accent I'm doing. I like her. I like her a lot.
Okay.
I think that she is the pageant girl who's going to make it far in the show. That's what I think. I think that's what I think her that's what I think her gig's going to be. I think that's what her gig's going to be in the whole thing. Let's take a look at her. Let's take a look back at her. Oh, we're looking at her Instagram.
Yeah.
Again, pageant queen, rocking the body. Look at that shit.
It's good. She's giving a lot more here
looks.
than she was necessarily in her Meet the Queen look. I just wasn't a huge fan of her Meet the Queen's look. That's pretty intense.
Yeah, she can paint.
She can paint.
Okay, when you there are two types of pageant queens. There's the boring pageant queen that is just wants to give the pageant answers.
Yeah.
And then there's the Roxy Andrews pageant queen.
Yeah.
And she is a Roxy Andrews type pageant queen.
You think so?
Oh, 100%. Look at this. We're looking at her New York premiere outfit.
Green emerald.
This green emerald outfit, pageant hair, up to the gods. It's a thing. It's a
good
thing.
wig. It's a good wig.
Pageant queens. know how to deal with the
Okay,
competition.
here's my thing with her. It's her nose and her cheeks. It's just a weird kind of thing going on.
Look there.
I don't know.
She's doing a murderous contour.
I think I have
on
a
that
hard
nose.
time judging her just because I don't find her particularly aesthetic appealing. I think it will.
You just find
depend-
you find that pageant aesthetic boring. You think she's a very basic.
Generally,
pageant
however,
style.
I find like if you're a really great pageant girl, I'm attracted to that kind of sense of personality and that
Yep.
bigness and that showgirl style. But like aesthetically, I don't find it particularly interesting, and I didn't really get a great feel off of her.
Her name is Trinity the Tuck Taylor.
Ooh,
Come on. Come on now. She really loves this Snapchat filter. That's what I'm getting from this Instagram.
duck face
Yeah,
Snapchat.
no,
filter.
that weird Snapchat filter. I don't know. I'm liking what I see. I think that she can go pretty far. I'm seeing some variations in her looks because she gave that intergalactic, crayon colored look in her thing, and then she's able to bring it back to a total pageant, homegirl style, and she's able to show both of those things. And again, Drag Race is about versatility, being able to change your look.
It totally is.
And I think that she's going to be able to do that. And she's going to be seasoned and ready to deal with all the catty bullshit that comes along with doing this show. And I say catty bullshit in the best way possible.
Totally. Oh yeah, her back of house, gloves will be well seasoned, I'm sure. I gave her like a 50-50 in my notes. I was neither here nor there with her.
We are going to move on to the next queen, Valentina.
Now, Valentina.
I am going to call Valentina the official, unofficial
Puerto
Rican of the season.
She's the only Latina.
She's a Latina. She's not Puerto Rican, but I'm calling her the officially the unofficial Puerto Rican of the season.
Sure.
That might be
I don't know
unfair.
how much the Puerto Ricans are going to appreciate that. But...
Well, I don't know. But Puerto Ricans need some sort of representation on this thing.
Well, it's surprising. It's weird because they've always had proper representation
Right?
on the show.
They have.
And I'm surprised that there's no one this year.
There's always been the surprising Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to give it because she's Latina and she is fiery.
Yeah.
And that has always been something that a lot of the You see, she could have what most Puerto Rican queens coming into the show have not had, and that is
English?
a very good grasp of English
Yeah.
and the fiery telenovela attitude.
I mean, it's a shame, but I mean, like, I don't think there's any denying the fact that English skills have held back so many of the very strong
right.
Puerto Rican queens who really
All the
could
way
have
to top four.
probably won the show had they been able to just understand challenges a little bit better and kind of work within kind of what people expect with greater ease. Yeah, and ad lib a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I think Valentina does have that huge one up. Again, though, I don't think she's a Puerto Rican queen. She's a Latina woman.
She's Latina.
And she reps that pretty hard, but she is fierce.
When I'm saying that, officially the unofficial Puerto Rican,
Yeah.
there's always a surprising Puerto Rican that makes it. That
Yeah.
you don't think is going to make it all the way, and
Yeah.
then makes it very far in the show.
Yeah. So you think she's going to go far is what you're saying?
I'm saying that she could, it wouldn't surprise me if she does.
No, I'm saying it's not surprising at all.
Really?
I
think just straight up, you think she's like a front runner?
I think she's a yes. She's a big yes.
She's a big yes.
She's a big yes. I think
yes.
she has big personality. I think she comes across as being very quick and clever. And I think she has strong looks. I like kind of her. She has a very kind of like bold eye kind of aesthetic. She really brings out her eyes, makes them very large. I quite like that. I'm sure she'll get hit with criticism for that at some point, but I think that because she's going to go far enough for them to call her on it.
I think this is a great pants look on her.
Oh, it's wonderful.
And I'm not one to
so this is her
high
New York
praise
look.
to
She's
pants
wearing
looks.
like a what do they call that when it's cut at the bust shirt?
Underbust?
I don't know. What do you call that kind of shirt? I'm trying to describe it for the podcast listeners, you jerk.
She's wearing just like an overbust corset.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, an overbust
white
corset.
pants.
White pants that frills out into
With this nice
into a high-low train.
piece of jewelry that kind of wraps down from her neck, kind of down her midsection and around her waist. It's just wonderful.
And I think she has some of the best jeweling of all the queens
Oh,
as well.
so-
Her accessories and her drag stones are on point. Hairline on point.
Yeah.
She's got some shit.
Yeah.
She's got some heat. She's definitely got.
I like
some
it because
heat.
it's a nice classic hair look, and it doesn't feel tired.
No, it doesn't. This is something else I noticed about her that I thought was very interesting.
Yeah.
Her eyebrow, the way she drew her eyebrows, I thought was fascinating because she gave her eyebrows like this nice little Like it was like a stipple. Like it was.
Oh, look, they have a side by
Here's a
side.
picture. Here's a picture of that right there. So here's a.
Oh yeah.
She had like a stippled eyebrow.
Actually, it's not that different than what Sasha had going on. Sasha has that kind of idea going on as well, with a little more.
But it's not as defined
flair.
as this, and I don't know. There's something about it that I like, and I don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't think not a lot of people can pull that off.
No.
That's what I like about it. I think it's an interesting thing that's not totally. That's not totally. And you see, she also has ones where she has totally the ombre, the nice curved brow. I don't know. It's very interesting. I think she's a very interesting queen. Do I think she's a top? I don't know.
I don't know. That's yet to be seen, but I think she could be. I think she has power.
I think she has power.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
the queens.
all the queens.
That is all of them.
That's all the queens.
I think it's a great lineup this year.
I think it's definitely a great lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get some fireworks right off the top.
I hope.
I think so.
I always hope that.
I think there's enough characters that are obviously in there that'll give us some serious sparks off the top, and then I think we have some queens with some deep talent that'll keep the show interesting all the way to the end.
So we have to ask the question now, because on our show, we have power rankings that we do at the end of every single episode. We try to do our top 5 and bottom 1 power rankings as the episode goes on. But for the purposes of this, we need to go. Who are your 3 queens and 1 dark horse?
My 3 queens.
Your 3 queens and 1 dark horse that you think is going to make it very far in this competition.
Okay, I'm going Alexis.
Okay, you're going to go Alexis Michelle. I'm going to boom. Alexis Michelle is one of them.
All right. Then I'm going to be going. You can guess it. Come on.
Wait. Boom.
Yes, Eureka, of course. And then I'm going Valentina.
Those are your top 3. Who's your dark horse then?
My dark horse for me will be a Pheromone.
Pheromone is your dark horse.
That is correct.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, so for me, I'm going Alexis Michelle. Mm-hmm. I think we're both right there on the Alexis Michelle wagon.
Yeah.
It's tough out there. So Alexis Michelle.
Yep.
Trinity Taylor. And Kimora Black.
So Alexis Michelle.
Yeah. Trinity Taylor.
Yeah.
And Kimora Black. Those are my 3. And my dark horse is going to be Charlie Hides.
Charlie Hides.
I'm going to go Charlie Hides with my dark horse. I'm going to go Charlie Hides with my dark horse. I don't know why.
Okay.
Again, this is all just my opinion and my gut. That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
That's what I'm feeling about this lineup.
All right, I can feel that. I've written them down, so we will be referencing this throughout.
We'll see.
So if you are unfamiliar with the way we do things, by episode 3, we make our call for top 3, who we think are going to be the top 3 contestants all the way to the end. So we give ourselves 3 episodes to make that decision.
And in 3 episodes, we normally always pick 1 that make it all the way.
Yeah, we've been pretty good with 1. Yes.
We always get 1. So maybe this series,
yes,
we can get 2.
We were so close last year. So close.
We were so close to 2.
Yeah. And we stick to those, and as the show progresses and the ones that we thought were going to win get eliminated, we create new lists, but we never back away from our original 3.
We don't.
We don't. We like to stick by our horses in this drag race.
That's true. So, Alex.
Yes.
Let's talk about the season 9 in general right now.
Okay.
What do you want out of season 9? What do you want to see out of season 9?
I want sparks off the top and talent all the way to the end.
You want sparks off the top and talent to the end. That's what you want?
That's what I want.
I think that it's already off to a really good start. I think this is some of the best promotional material they put out for the queens since season... we started doing this season 8, right? So season 6, I think.
Yeah.
I think that the last 2 series... in terms of their promotional material and stuff like that, it's been kind of leaving me wanting. I feel like they really nailed it in terms of presenting the queens the way it is. I just always want to see something different.
Yeah.
I want to see something different. I think this is a docket of queens that are going to be able to give us something that's going to be... that we've never seen in the show before.
I think the show needs to give something big and different this year because they've moved up to VH1, which is a big move for the show.
Well, you get Gaga. Gaga comes off the top.
Yeah, but that's like a celebrity get, and they've always been able to get a celebrity get. here or there, which has always been great and always been fun. But I think more than the celebrity get, they need to do something, something to spice up. Not the format, but I think I need some challenges that feel a little bit grander. I think is what I need.
Yeah.
It's just maybe one or two. I would say like if they can do something big, they've tried it in like past years, but I think if they can do something a big, expensive, like high production value challenge right off the top in the first or second week
with a photo challenge, or
like a crazy photo challenge like they used to do in like the early seasons with like a giant like dunk tank or whatever.
Those were always fun.
Yeah, it's something big, something that feels really big. I'd like to see that because I don't think we've had anything kind of that felt big in the last few years as far as kind of like a production is concerned.
Well, I think I think this is sort of a rebranding because they're on a new network too.
Yeah.
So they're going to have, since they're on a bigger network, they're probably going to have a lot more ad revenue on top of it.
Yeah.
So the production value can come along with it. I've already seen some preview photos.
Yeah.
That's a different looking runway. It's a lot more of a shimmer curtain in the runway and stuff.
Interesting.
The runway's looking a bit darker from what I've seen, which is kind of nice.
They could do with, like, there's nothing wrong with the runway, but I mean, they've been using the runway for quite a few years now.
It's time for things to be
Yeah, I don't know. Robin's asking if Mike Ruiz had a fight with Rue because he has not done a photo challenge in quite some time. And is that Trump's fault? It could be. It could be. I don't know that they've had a falling out. Maybe Mike wanted more money than the show was willing to pay him.
And we don't really have much of that drama tea.
No,
because we don't follow that stuff.
That's true. But you don't need Mike to do a photo challenge. There's loads of
a lot of people
out there
can do that stuff.
So I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I mean, what do I want to see? Bigger challenges. I want to see more construction challenges. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, we've definitely been missing that too.
I want to see a movement towards having queens just to build a little bit more. I want a bit more
to do that now, though, because so many queens just totally lack those skills. They lack the skills to create their own costumes.
Well, do you think that they found that it's not just that, but also people don't want to watch that? Do you think that the tastes of the audience have changed, and now that they're not as interested in the project runway type?
Well, I think the show as a production has gone away from identifying itself as being kind of similar to Project Runway.
Well, yeah, I mean it hasn't really been like Project Runway since season 2.
Yeah, so maybe it's just not in the minds of the producers. I think those episodes are always really interesting, though, because it brings out a lot of drama in the workroom because people get really frustrated, especially those who can't do it as well. And maybe they feel like it gives an unfair advantage to the queens that can, but I think that's legit. I think those queens should have that advantage because they've earned it, right?
I agree. It's just like a talent queen has an advantage in a talent challenge.
Totally.
It should be the same thing. There should be anyway. That's what I want to see. I want to see more construction challenges. I always like be like, okay, make yourself look like a Christmas tree using this bag of shit. I've always liked that, and I always see a different level of the queen's personality when that's going on. But I think that's what we got to say about season 9.
Yeah,
that we haven't already covered.
That's our pre-show spectacular.
That's what we got. So you guys can contact us in many ways. VelvetValhalla.com is the website you can go to. That's where we post our webisodes. Our podcast episodes every single week. VelvetValhalla.com. You can find those on Tuesdays, starting after the whole drag race affair begins. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/VelvetValhalla. I stream video games now. I'm in drag. I stream video games. I do that kind of stuff. And one more thing, Alex, we've never done this before. This is our 4th series of doing this podcast, and we've always self-funded it. And for the first time, we're going to have a tip jar available. So if you guys enjoy our show, we spend money on our storage and all that kind of stuff constantly.
On everything.
Yeah, and we're not complaining about it. No. Like, we'll put the money into it. The show will always remain free. Yeah. But if you like our show, give us $1. You know what? Throw us a couple bucks inside the things, and we'll give you guys a grand thank you.
Or buy Velvet a bra and send it to her.
Yeah.
No used ones.
No used ones.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Send me a used one.
Okay,
that's fine.
Right.
I'm okay with that. But yeah, so tip jar link, that'll be available on the podcast web links at velvetvalhalla.com as well. Anything helps us out. It helps us pay for the cost of storage, keep the show going, help us, buy and repair aging equipment that we have at this point in time since we've been doing this for so long.
If you're listening to us on the podcast, next week, the 28th, will be the first official show of watching the show. But also keep your eye out on our social media for our next live stream event. We are hoping to do at least one more before the finale, but for sure doing the finale.
For sure the finale.
And that'll
We'll figure out how the hell it's going to work.
Yeah, we don't know yet, but it will be live watching with it. That's what we want to do. If it's completely impossible because we're just going to get our asses kicked off the internet for doing it, then we'll have to figure out something else. But that is our goal. So if you have any ideas on how we can achieve that goal, we are all ears.
And another thing,
cup size, baby.
Oh, cup size.
Jessica wants to know your cup size.
It depends on what tits I'm wearing that day. I'm a D cup.
Solid D. Solid D.
Yeah, I'm a 43. No, 43D.
That makes sense.
I can't remember what that is.
43D.
Yeah,
that's what we're going with.
That's what I got going on. Yeah. I got a lot of weight in the chest.
Yes.
But yeah, that's what we got going on. I hope you guys are going to be along for our ride through this crazy season 9 roller coaster that we're going to have. If you like this live stream stuff that we're doing as well, let us know. Send us email, velvetvalhalla@gmail.com. That is our email address. You can get us all sorts of stuff at velvetvalhalla.gmail.com. Questions, comments, anything that you got that you want to throw in there. Send us out there. I read every single email that comes on. And I'm also thinking about doing some unofficial Sissy That Talk streams here and there. At any point in time when I'm streaming, I'm also going to be talking. I'll be willing to talk Drag Race. That's the way it's going to work. Cool. But with that, that is the end of our pre-season 1 Super Show. So thank you guys very much
for watching and for listening.
And we'll see you guys later.
Soft love.
That ends the podcast.
Oh, right. Now I actually have to stop it now.
Yeah. Stream's not quite over yet. Yeah, okay.
Gotta be over real soon, though, because we both got places to be.
Yeah, you do. I have to get to work, actually. I gotta wipe all this shit off and go to fucking work. It's crazy. Twitch chat, though. Twitch chat. YouTube chat. What do you guys think? You guys have been here the entire time. It looks like our time elapsed is 1 hour and 53 minutes.
That's a long time. We didn't mean to go that long. It's been a long time.
No, we actually I thought we were going to only be an hour. We didn't.
I thought we were going to be 45.
Yeah?
We're so wrong.
Well, you know what happened? We
started looking at ourselves.
Actually, you got to look there. Hey, Zach, you didn't quite miss it. You can actually go back on YouTube. And you can watch us on YouTube from behind. Like there's a pause and rewind feature, and this also will archive onto my YouTube page, and you can watch it at any point in time.
You can watch it over and over.
This is why I'm doing it all on YouTube and not so much on Twitch, because it's the archive is so great.
Important. But with that, I think we have to go.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody has any quick questions that you want us to answer before,
Robin already said bye. Bye, Robin.
Robin might still be there.
I gotta go, so I have to go.
You have to go?
I literally have to go.
Really?
Yeah.
Did I wake up in the morning?
No, I have to I have like a meeting.
Where? At your house?
No, downtown.
Downtown?
Yeah.
Jesus, what are you meeting?
I can't explain it on the radio.
Holy shit. We're not on the radio, we're on stream.
Worse.
Okay, Alex is gonna go.
Bye.
Alex is going, Alex is leaving.
Are you gonna keep going?
Yeah, I can keep going for another 10 or so minutes or so.
You're crazy.
I gotta go to work at midnight.
Crazy.
I gotta go to work at midnight,
crazy.
So it's fine. It's okay.
Love y'all.
Anyway, Alex is gone, ladies and gentlemen. So if anybody has any questions... Wow. Oh, my God, I'm gonna move back into my center position. Oh, man. I feel like Barbara Walters.
Look like Barbara.
Thank you. So my mouse is in the middle? I'm a press conference now. Look at this press conference. Oh, he's still here. Alex has to go. Look at me, press conference, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Valhalla, and I definitely did not make love to that person. He will not tell us what the meeting is. He refuses to let us know what's going on at the meeting. I need to take this floodlight down a couple percent. That's too many percent. That's better. That's worse. Wow. I had no idea that our podcast was going to go that long. Our podcasts always tend to go long that way, though. It's absolutely crazy. Oh, my God. Oh. So what do you guys think about the queens? Robin, what do you think about the queens? Who are your favorites, if you're still there? Back to the talk window. Damn, talk window. Take a look at some stuff here. Like, look at these looks. This is just crazy because of the natural skin tone. This is absolutely nuts. And this look is something. I really enjoy this. What if they had to do construction challenges for other queens? That'd be crazy. And I'd be all about that. I would be all about watching them try to build things for other queens. But the problem is, like, oh yeah, dying. The problem is, it's really easy for you to sabotage the other queen. Like, if you like Aja, like it'd be so easy to sabotage another queen that it would be really hard to balance that challenge in terms of other stuff. I'm actually gonna take this, that. I just quickly dumped the live chat straight there into the stream, just so you guys can take a look at what's going on. You like Charlie? Charlie Hides. Yeah, see, there's something about Charlie Hides that I really like. I really like Charlie Hides. I think that she's got something. She's got something special. That Charlie Hides. I'm gonna un-F11 this, and you guys can see all my ugly tabs and desktop, so I can keep the chat up. A little bit of stuff. Being judged on skill, not performance. It's weird. They got to do something that's different and a little bit off the wall. I think that's something that has to happen in this season. I think that's a big thing. That's a big thing. I really do feel like I'm at a press conference at the moment. This is crazy. This crazy press conference that I'm at. My hair is all flippy, and this side, it's like it's got this weird flip. I need to get that taken care of. Zach, do you know about the queens? Have you? So Zach, for anybody who's uninitiated, Zach got into Drag Race because he started listening to this podcast that we just finished recording on YouTube, which is crazy. The only thing that freaks me out about Charlie is it's that premiere look. It just could be a little bit more polished. That's the thing. I'll be back on Twitch very soon. And by very soon, I mean I could be back on Twitch as early as tomorrow. I've been getting called into work last minute constantly. And I also just spent a whole bunch of time being very sick. I was sleeping for 10 or 12 hours a day for like the last 3 or 4 days. It's been a thing. Been a bit of a thing. So I'll keep this going until about 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern. I'm going to call it for the evening. I have to go wash all this shit off and then go work from midnight until, I don't know, whenever. I hope I'm not there all night. That's what I hope. My true hope is to not be at work all night. Also, you guys get to see a different angle of my whole streaming studio that we got. For example, bam, there's my Julie Newmar Right there, autographed picture of Julie Newmar up there at the top. It's the most sleep I've managed to get for a while. I've been feeling very ill. Yeah, I've been feeling been very ill. Man, if I were working a corner, you know what? I'd be getting paid less if I worked a corner. Definitely working a lot more than present. Yeah, she's crazy. Oh shit, my call time's 1 a.m. Wait, just check this out. Wait, I'll be back in a second. Am. Chris, thanks for everything. Really new law. Bam. Yes, so that's my Julie Newmar autograph. And when I talked to her, when I talked to Julie Newmar at Fan Expo, she told me I had a voice for the stage. She said, "You have a voice for the stage. You should be on the stage. You have a voice for the stage." So that was really interesting. Oh, I just got invited to a wedding. I'll have to check that out. Okay, what else? What else can I look at Drag Race wise here? I'm gonna pull something down. Bam. Here you go. Take a look at my desktop. You guys there in chat. This season was tough. Was absolutely tough for me to give a lot of opinions on the queens. I think it's going to take a couple episodes before I really. I mean, I guess after the first episode, I'll have some opinions, but nobody gave a lot of stupid, wishy-washy answers. So I told her that I am sometimes on stage. You have a voice for the stage. Yeah, I did tell her that sometimes I'm on stage and sometimes I do some different things. Okay, I'm not crazy though. I'm not crazy. She's gone, right? James Mansfield is done. I'm not just being totally overly harsh. Am I? I don't think she's got a chance. Like, look at this. I'm just gonna set this up just like this. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep this right there. I'm gonna go back to the top. I'm gonna scroll through. Like, really? Is there a chance? In the Mean Girl this season, I feel that Kimora Black is going to be. I think that she's going to be a giant catty bitch. I think that Kimora Black is going to is a front runner for a big catty bitch. I also think that Trinity Taylor, because she's a pageant queen, pageant queens generally have that bitchy quality to them just naturally. That just comes out. You know? That's That's just what those pageant queens do. So that'll be an interesting thing to see how that all plays out. And normally the queens aren't already famous. The most famous they get are like Instagram famous. So they have a lot of Instagram followers or interesting Instagram feed or that kind of stuff. That's where they pick their queens from. And that's always interesting because it leads them to be able to get a whole bunch of oh, that's my email. Go. Okay. It allows them to get a whole bunch of different viewers, but it also starts building speculation as to looking at Instagram, looking at the big queens of Instagram, and who's going to make it on Drag Race and that kind of stuff. It becomes a big off-season topic of conversation that we got going on. But I mean, like, look, I mean, Alexis, she's just got something. She's got it. But Charlie's also really interesting. Does not look like somebody who's 52. Not 52 at all. So that's a thing. That's definitely a thing. I can also stick around with you guys a little bit longer now. Now that I'm only going to work at 1 a.m. Fuck. 1 a.m.? Stick around for a little bit if you guys want to talk the Drag Race. Kimora Black's work is what freaks me out the most. Like look at this. Look at this cheek. This cheek is crazy. It's crazy. I've looked at this before. I said it on the podcast. I've looked at her before too. Like she's just like an alien. She's one of them crazy aliens from outer spaces. And you know, okay, so on the podcast we didn't actually look at her Instagram, so I'll take a look at Peppermint's Instagram. Which, I mean, it's going to be exactly what I expect. It's going to be a lot of fishy looks. Or maybe not. Maybe it's not at all what I expect. Yeah, fishy looks. I mean, this is pretty much what I expected from her Instagram. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't take the time because we were running low on time. She looks good though. I mean, she's middle of the pack, but that's a thing. She's going to be really interesting. Sasha Velour is going to be really interesting. I have this strong feeling that the internet community, you know what, we didn't even talk about the internet community whenever we were going through all of our, we were doing the podcast. I think that the internet community is really going to cling to Sasha Velour and be very, very, very defensive in terms of anybody criticizing her. I find that a lot of the online community stuff, they like to be really protective of the artist, you know, like the soft-spoken, the artists. They really cling to them, and they really try to protect them as much as they possibly can. Or they feel like they have to protect them as much as they can. Whether or not they do or not is a different story altogether. Okay, guys. I'm thinking that I'm probably going to call it because, for one, look over here. There's a hamburger in this. Alex Woodside went and got some last minute some last minute thangs before the podcast started. One of them was 6 bacon McDoubles, and I am starving. I'm going to run a train on this bacon McDouble, but I'm not going to do that on stream. I'm going to complete my first successful YouTube stream for the evening right now. I thank you guys very much for taking the time to come out here and, you know, talk. And hopefully, if this live stream thing is fun and you guys like it, then we'll do it some more. So thank you guys very much. I hope you all have a good night. I'll be back on Twitch very soon, I hope. Like, I'm hoping I'm back on Twitch tomorrow. Like, I want to be back on Twitch tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be. I gotta see how I'm feeling. I need to get rid of this cold. And try to figure out how the hell to balance my work life and my drag life. It's really tough being a girl. That's all I have to say. You know, holla out there, all my other sisters watching in the struggle. So you guys have a very good night. I hope you guys enjoyed our very first live podcast stream. We'll be back doing this again. I want to do it. There was a point in time where I thought about doing it almost every episode, but I don't think that's feasible. I don't think we're going to be able to make it work. This one barely happened. It was a struggle to get where I'm at. So, I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. And I will see you all later on twitch.tv/Valhalla. Check it out. That's where I'll be. You guys have a good night.